Oh, welcome back to Social Club. We're still in the Billy Wright dressing room at St George's Park. Once again, thank you to Continental Tires for hosting us here. It's been a fantastic day, hasn't it? What we're here to discuss this time, and we've got Kristan Heanage, who's obviously a journalist, just an in-depth knowledge of football. We've got Ellen Hackney from Redmen TV joining us, Stoke City fan channel, and obviously Robbie from Arsenal fan TV. Sorry, you've been here a while, like. I'm just a little bit bored with you. I want to discuss who the dark horse at Euro 2016 is, and Kristan, I'm going to come to you first on this. I know we've spoken briefly off camera and stuff. I think I've got an idea of who you're going to say, but for everybody watching at home,
Slovakia. They started the qualifiers 6 for 6, and they beat Spain in the process, and they beat them 2-1, and they played some good stuff. They were a little bit reliant on the goalkeeper, who himself is a funny case because he was out of the team for 7 years, and then given the start at the qualifiers, and he's kept the position ever since. The thing I would say about Slovakia as well is everyone will look at Heanage of Napoli and say, that's the guy, stop him.
Yeah, I was looking at him.
They've got some good guys behind them as well. Kuka, a big kind of aggressive central midfielder. Robert Max, another one. Vladimir Weiss, who was at Manchester City, who I'm sure some of you'll know. Mino Stock, who started at Chelsea. They've got some talented players in there. And my concern for anyone that comes up against them is they'll underestimate that and they'll think it'll be a walkover, and if you stop Hamza, you stop Slovakia. It's really not the case.
You didn't mention Martin Skrtel once.
The problem with Skrtel, in some ways, to be very honest with you, is a little bit of a weakness for Slovakia.
Oh,
along with
I know. He is awful.
Same as this for the club. He's
awful.
That defence in general, goalkeeper aside, I would say, is quite old, and I wouldn't like to see them in a race on the turn facing their own goal against someone like Jamie Vardy or Gareth Bale. I think they'd be embarrassed, to be very blunt with you. And that's, if you're going to beat Slovakia, you've really got to do one or two things. You've either got to turn that defence or you've got to give them the ball, because the one thing they'll do is they'll sit very deep, they'll stay very organised. Their coach, Jan Kozak, very colourful character, once choked a goalkeeping coach, the opposition goalkeeping coach when he was a club manager. He will sit them deep and has no qualms playing 5 in midfield and saying, come on and break us down. When they're given the ball, it's a bit of a different story for Slovakia. They're not as comfortable. They tend to panic a little bit because they don't have as many ball players in key areas.
Okay, well, Elliot, do you agree with that? Do you think Slovakia's a dark horse, or who's yours?
Well, I'm actually opposing, because I'm going for Wales. I think Wales, with the sort of talisman they've got in Bale, I watched every game that they played in qualifying, mostly because I had a bet on them. And I screamed many a time when Gareth Bale struck one in from a free kick. But I think just that presence, they've got Ramsey, they've got a couple of other decent players. I just think, we've seen Leicester this season just go and do absolute fairy tale. Why not Wales? They've just got that capability to just go and win a game, just out of nowhere.
I think the difference, sort of, for me anyway, between Wales and England at the moment is that Wales have got a genuinely world-class player, haven't they, in Gareth Bale, and we've spoken before and with other fan channel presenters and stuff about their entire team is built towards him. My concern is that he does what Cristiano Ronaldo has done in tournaments, and there's too much pressure on him, and there is literally the pressure of a nature on him. Do you think he's going to be able to succeed with that?
Definitely. I think he had all the pressure when he first went to Real Madrid in his first season, just to perform, scored the winning goal, to make it 2-1 in the Champions League final. And I think he's used to that. He's been on the biggest stage now. He's scored in the Copa del Rey final by himself. I think he's just one of them people who can just do it all. He's an absolutely talismanic figure, and like you say, they play to him, so that just makes him stronger. They play to his strengths.
Joe will do all right for them as well.
I must admit there was one concern in Elliot's answer there when he talked about so often it was free kicks. It was when you push a player into defining himself with those moments, that in itself is so much pressure. A free kick is far from a guaranteed goal, and we've all seen it. I can imagine we can all think of our clubs, for example, of a game where it's been 2-1, 2-2, and we get a free kick on the edge of the box and it goes over, and we all let out a big sigh of disappointment. That would be my concern for Wales, is that they are putting so much pressure on Wales. And to draw a slight comparison, if I can, with Slovakia, they're very good at counter-attacking, and they've got pace. Really, for me, with Wales, it's very much on Bale to push that team forward. Maybe Hal Robson-Kanu a little bit with speed, but after that, I'm struggling to see where they connect the dots to get up the pitch so quickly.
Yeah, it's true. And Robbie, who's your dark horse, mate?
Does it have to be a team that's got no chance of winning it? Or?
No, it can be what you want.
Because I'd say Portugal are a dark horse to win it. They last, did they get to semi-finals in the World Cup? Or they only just fell at the last hurdle. I think it could be, you know, if Cristiano Ronaldo's fit, you know, and then behind him they've got some very, very good players, William Carvalho, players like that. They're a top team, and I think it could be a tournament where they could be the dark horses, because nobody's really talking about Portugal at all at the moment. And if you look throughout their team, they've got a lot of really, really good players. It's not just Cristiano Ronaldo. So, you know, I was going to say Croatia to start off with, but I think I'm going to go Portugal. I think that they could be that sort of...
I'm really surprised that no one's mentioned Belgium, because they've been the football hipsters' choice for a couple of years now, haven't they?
I don't feel like they're a dark horse anymore. They're one of the...
Why? Because they've not won anything. They've not got a team full of
They
winners.
did
on the
well at the
international
World Cup,
stage.
though. I
Well,
think
they've
that's...
not won anything, and it's a big difference.
No,
when
of
you go
course,
into
of
major
course.
tournaments. Look what they did for Spain when they got over that
Could you
first
describe
hurdle.
them as a dark horse though, because they're now considered like, are they not rated number one or around
They
about
have been,
there?
yeah.
You know, so they're not.
Until
If they won
something, they're a dark horse in my
but if
eyes.
they won it though, it wouldn't be like loads of people are like, wow, I didn't expect them.
If Arsenal won the Premier League this season, I'd have considered that a shock.
But you wouldn't say Arsenal would be a dark. Why are you going to? And as I said, if you'd have won the Europa League, I might have been shocked. But
It's funny you talk about Portugal, though. A bit like Wales, it's a talismanic issue with them again. It's all on Ronaldo. People don't talk about Portugal. They talk
I
about
don't
Ronaldo.
think it's as much this time.
No,
all on Ronaldo,
you're completely
because they've
right.
got a lot of other really talented players
Sanchez,
in that
who's
team.
just gone to Bayern.
Yeah.
I think if you're looking at Portugal as well, Sanchez is a great shout. Bernardo Silva as well, who's at Monaco, was fantastic at the European Championships, the under-21s the year before. Really gifted, almost like Silva, but with just a little bit more pace to him, I think. And he's had a few knocks, but hopefully, touch wood, he'll be at the tournament. I think between him and Silva, yes, it's a lot of pressure to put on young lads, but it could be quite a big tournament for Portugal in that sense.
Okay, well, listen, let me know your dark horses in the comment section below. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Once again, just a big thank you to Continental Tires. They do loads of football giveaways actually on their Facebook page. It's Continental Football UK. Do go over there. They've got loads of competitions running all the time with signed stuff, or England stuff. It's incredible, but there's good football content on there as well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching Social Club, and we'll see you next week.